Clemens toward the tie, and there's a base hit into left field. This may win it. Yep, game's over. You knew it was going to happen.
The Red Sox capped their series against Cleveland with another dramatic come-from-behind win. The Sox had to be confident as they prepared to fly out west. They had pulled 2 games out of the fire and had moved to within 3.5 games of first-place Toronto. As the saying goes, 3 up, 3 down. The Red Sox stumbled out of the gate on this 9-game road trip, getting swept by the supposedly slumping California Angels. The Sox lost a couple of close ones before blowing a 5-2 lead yesterday, and an air of dissent is clouding the club again. Just when the team needs to pull it together, things seem to be coming apart. All of that, and the Sox now trail the Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers by 5.5 games in the East. Who better to get the Red Sox back on track than Roger Clemens? The Rocket goes against the Oakland A's, another team wondering if they'll be able to make a run at a division title. The A's bumbled their way through a weekend series against Milwaukee, and the thought of facing a determined feel any better. Up next, it's Roger Clemens and the Boston Red Sox against the Oakland A's, live on NESN. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum and the opening game of a 3-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the Oakland A's. Hi, everyone. I'm Bob Kurtz. Welcome again to NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball. Not too good of a start so far for the Red Sox on their 9-game tour out west. Just like the first time, they dropped 3 straight in Anaheim to start the road trip, and they're now going to have to scramble again to make up for lost ground. One thing is, though, if there's one thing this 1991 version of the Red Sox does well, it is scramble just when you think that all is lost. They'll be sending Roger Clemens 12-8 to the mound tonight. Mike Moore will pitch for the Oakland A's, and with all the play-by-play action, here are Ned Martin and Jerry Remy.
Thank you, Bob, and good evening, everybody. From Oakland, the Red Sox with a big 3-game series with the Oakland A's, something that kind of a deja vu from last May when they lost 3 in a row to Anaheim and then came up here and took 2 out of 3. They have to do that now. One thing is, though, Jerry, this Oakland team that they're facing tonight with Clemens going against Mike Moore is not the Oakland team you'd expect in late August.
They've had a lot of problems recently, and especially this past weekend against the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers really did a job on them both offensively, defensively. They just outplayed them in a 3-game series over the weekend. And Oakland's gotten to that point now where people are starting to wonder, are they too far back to be able to make the run? You know, everybody expects them to make the run and win this division eventually, but it's getting very late now, and they're not showing signs that they can do that. Red Sox, on the other hand, they go to Anaheim. They've not won a game there all season long, and it seems like, just like the last trip, they came up to Oakland, they won 2 games here, they won 2 in Seattle, and made it a decent road trip. They're going to have to do it again tonight behind Clemens, who has not had a lot of success here at the Oakland Coliseum.
We'll see if he has success tonight right after this.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
For the Oakland Athletics, it'll be Ricky Henderson leading off and playing left field. Dave Henderson in center. Jose Canseco in right. Harold Baines, the designated hitter. Terry Steinbach, first base. Brooke Jacoby at third. Jamie Quirk, the catcher. Mike Gallego at second. And Mike Bordick at shortstop.
And the defense tonight for the Red Sox. They're 9th in the league. 91 errors in 124 games. Wade Boggs at third base. Louis Rivera at shortstop. Jody Reed at second. And Mo Vaughn will be over at first. Left to right will be Mike Greenwell, Ellis Burks, and Phil Plantier. John Marzano gets to start again tonight behind the plate. And on the mound, right-hander Roger Clemens. Clemens with the record of 12-8 and the 2.70 ERA. That ERA is second best in the league. He's just behind Candiotti, who's at 2.49. Clemens, the 173 strikeouts, second to Randy Johnson of Seattle in that category. And the last win for Clemens, August 2nd against Toronto. Since that time, a loss and 3 no decisions, most recently against the Cleveland Indians. 7 innings in that game, 8 hits and 4 runs. He walked 3 and had 9 strikeouts. And kind of a strange performance for Clemens. You were watching him during that game, you say, well, he's really not pitching that good. And then all of a sudden you look up and there's 9 strikeouts on the board. But
he started very slowly. As a matter of fact, his early innings has been, if anything, part of the downfall for some of his losses or no decision, because teams have been getting to him first or second inning. And then he gets into a game and he's tough.
Yep, I think he has to come out to the mound now and make believe that he's somewhere in the 4th or 5th inning and maybe his team's behind by a couple of runs, because it seems like that's when he starts to crank it up.
Ricky Henderson first up. A 265 average, low for him. Backs out. No pitch. 11 homers, 41 RBIs from his leadoff spot. He's stolen 48 bases, but he's been caught 17 times. His percentage is not that good, not the usual Ricky Henderson percentage. Strike one.
Last year, Henderson had 65 stolen bases, was only caught 10 times last year, so not quite well. He certainly gets plenty of attention, that's for sure, when he gets on first base.
Oh, yeah. And deserves it, too. The fastball is high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Clemens here at Oakland is now 2-4 in his career with 7 games started, and lifetime against the A's 4-9. That's the fewest wins it has against any American League club.
Down to shortstop and Louis Rivera. To Mo Vaughn. 1 out.
I'll tell you what, Ned, I took a look at Rivera today in the Red Sox clubhouse. He's got bandages all over the place. He's got ice on his shoulder, ice on his knee. Got spiked in the Anaheim series. I guess Wally Joyner got him at second base. This guy is put together right now with Band-Aids.
And bailing wires. He is playing, and he tests it and said, well, I guess I can play today. My knee's not so bad as I thought. That was when he was hit by a pitch in Fenway. But he's out there. Dave Henderson is the batter. Center fielder is hitting .287. And Clemens just blows it by him for strike one. 24 homers for Hendu and 74 runs driven in. He was ablaze in the first 2 months of this season. Carried his ball club, really, and was leading in the production department in home runs and RBIs are right up in the top 3 or 4. 1 ball and 1 strike. Strike 2 as Roger paints the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, so far it looks like Clemens did come out with a little bit more intensity here in the first inning tonight. A good live fastball so far, and that an excellent slider there to Dave Henderson. That pitch right there is unhittable.
Right on the block on the outside corner. That again to Rivera. Softer this time, and he throws David out. 2 down.
The one thing about playing out here on the West Coast, you certainly know what you have to do that night. You can look up at the scoreboard. Most of the games are over. Minnesota winning their game, so Oakland knows they have to win just to stay, 7 games back. The Red Sox can look at that Toronto score. Detroit right down the street in California, so everything's right in front of you.
Toronto leading 5-2. They're in the 9th at Baltimore. Here is Jose. Canseco hitting .256, 35 home runs. And it's a ball. He has 92 runs driven in and 19 stolen bases.
Second in the league in home runs, third in the league in RBI. And if he chases that one all night, he could have the hat trick by about the 6th inning.
1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1 to Canseco with Harold Baines on deck. 0-0. Bottom of the 1st at Oakland. First of 3. And then on up to Seattle for 3 with the Mariners before coming home on Labor Day. Dancing him back inside. Ball 2. I get 3.
Canseco with 7 hits against the Red Sox this season. 5 of those 7 hits have been for extra bases.
They've walked him 6 times. And now it's 3 and 2.
Oh, that's great. That's challenge time. 3 balls, 1 strike. The hitter knows he's going to get a fastball. Clemens knows he has to throw a fastball. It's power against power, and that time Clemens wins on the 3-1 count.
Right up in there again. So he smoked him 3 times on high inside pitches. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Clemens. After 1, no score.
As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, 1 bite can cause a life-threatening reaction. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with 1 glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-930-6081. That's 1-800-930-6081. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
This is the home of the Trailblazers, the history makers.
The impossible has become a reality.
This is where our stories come alive.
The atmosphere is amazing.
From the sidelines to the big screen, we believe women's sports is not just a moment.
That one is gone.
It's a movement.
Still don't feel like it's real.
This is Women of NESN.
The rest is history, as they say.
This is one.
Looking at the ball heading toward right fielder Jose Canseco on that great catch he made off Greenwell, depriving him of at least a double. The Oakland dugout trying to get themselves squared away. You see the papers every day now and the quotes from the players. Yeah, we're still not out of this, they say, and they aren't. Mathematically, naturally. They're 7 games down, but this is not the kind of Oakland that they expect them to have by Labor Day.
One of the big changes for this team is the pitching, obviously. For the last 2 seasons, they have led the league in pitching. Last year with a 3.18 ERA. This season, they are 12th in the league with a 4.61 ERA up to this point.
Harold Baines leads off against Clemens and takes strike 1. You understand there was a little bit of a video problem right toward the end of the last half inning. We're sorry for that and glad that it's cleared up and that you stayed with us. Please stay with us. The count is 1-1 to Baines, who is maintaining an above 300 average at 307. 16 homers and 74 runs driven in. It was about this time last year, around the 27th or 28th of August, when Baines came over to this ball club, the Oakland A's, along with Willie McGee on waivers, and it stirred up such a mess in the American League. And of course, they just got him. They cleared the waiver wire and came over here and helped the Athletics win their division and eventually the pennant. 3-1 the division anyway. There's a foul, and the count is 3-2.
Well, they pretty much did the same thing this year, getting Jacoby from the Indians when Lansford had to go back onto the save list, although Jacoby has not put the offensive numbers up that they would have liked to have seen. And got Ron Dowling, who's pitched very well for this ball club. He did get beat yesterday against Milwaukee, but he's got 3 wins since coming over here to Oakland.
3 straight wins, and he pitched well. Baines fouling it back. A lot of people passed on Darling, figuring he did not have the good stuff anymore. But Oakland really strapped for the pitching help that they really needed. Got it from Darling for this time. Ron right in the middle there. Ex-Yale pitcher. Strike 3. Baines is caught looking, and that's number 2 for Clemens.
Early in this game, Clemens very sharp with both his fastball and his slider. The fastball's had good velocity. He's been able to keep it up on the hitters, and the slider he's been able to keep down. That time, kind of a backdoor slider to Harold Baines to get him looking. Second strikeout of the night.
First out of the second inning. And here's Terry Steinbach, who is in there at first base. He's normally a catcher, has Quirk catching. Little broken bat squibber to shortstop, and Rivera throws him out. But the fact that Mark McGwire has been completely impotent against Roger Clemens throughout his career may have had something to do with the late lineup that Tony La Russa gave us. And nobody had it. Nobody had any lineup here till just before game time for Oakland. And Mark McGwire, 1 for 28 in his career against Clemens, was sitting down this one. They got a fellow named Whitmire, just came up from AAA to play for some first base, a left-handed hitter, but they didn't want to. I don't think Tony wanted to send him right into AAA. Here he comes into the major leagues, and here's Roger Clemens.
Well, he got a chance yesterday to pinch hit in that game against Milwaukee. He struck out on 3 pitches, and I guess you don't want to get him in there tonight against Clemens for 4 at-bats.
Steinbach fouling it back, and it's 0-2.
And La Russa says that move bringing up Whitmire to the big leagues is not one to take the place of a McGwire, but McGwire has really struggled, and he struggled all season long.
Brooke Jacoby is the hitter, and taking down low for a ball. .234 average for Jacoby, the former Cleveland Indian. He's had 4 homers and 31 runs batted in, and the fastball whistles high to him for a ball.
And since coming to Oakland, has not had a home run for the Oakland A's and has only driven in 7 runs, but he's provided some pretty solid defense at third base for him.
It's a fly ball to right, covered by Plantier. And a fair ball catch on the line for the 3rd out, and Clemens has retired 6 in a row. So after 2 innings of play at the Coliseum, nothing.
Away we go. The Bees are back in action this fall. Fired up tonight. Don't miss your chance to get front and center as the Bruins hit the ice in their bold new uniforms. Tickets for the 2025-26 season, presented by Ticketmaster, are on sale. Are you not entertained? Lock in your seat at TD Garden today. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets.
Protecting this beautiful world requires balancing our needs with the planet's well-being. The biodiversity of North America's wetlands is an indicator of our ecosystem's health. More diverse wetlands with hundreds of species mean richer soil, cleaner water, and abundant pollination, all vital to our basic needs and creature comforts. Join Ducks Unlimited to shape a sustainable future that benefits wildlife habitats and our communities. A public service from Ducks Unlimited.
We never can expect what's going to happen on this half-an-hour program. We are on the water, Billy's favorite place to be.
We're hopping around the harbor. Okay, Jenny, get your bearings.
So much fun.
This duck looked much better 5 minutes ago.
This is the best season to be a New Englander.
New England's premier food and lifestyle program, Dining Playbook, Saturday mornings at 9, Encores Sunday night at 9 on NESN, driven by your New England Chevy dealers.
Bob Kurtz with the update, and updating this, it's pitching of Clemens, and this called strike to Reed from Moore.
Out to tell, I think Jody Reed probably thought that pitch was high. It certainly was not outside. You see it come in just above the belt. Normally, that's a ball in this league.
Well, you know, noticing Joyce tonight on the strikes that he's called a lot of American League strikes tonight for a change. Jamie Quirk gets one there, and it's 0-1 to the Oakland catcher. Quirk hitting .253 with a home run. Clemens down to short. It goes, surrounded by Rivera, and he throws him out. Louis has had 4 assists so far. Clemens has retired 7 batters in a row, and only 1 ball has been hit out of the infield.
You know, it's unusual, too, when you have Clemens pitching that the infield is very busy in a game. Normally, Clemens will get a bunch of strikeouts, some fly balls, and a few ground balls, but Rivera certainly has been busy so far in this game. Nice play surrounding that pitch and getting momentum going toward first base to be able to make a strong throw.
Marzano and Clemens will work to Mike Gallego. Gallego, the second baseman, hitting .248, has 9 homers and 38 runs driven in. Back to his favored position at second. Now, Bordick doing a very good defensive job at shortstop. 0-1. One ball, 1 strike from Roger.
Look at the 9 home runs for Gallego this year. That is a career high. He only had 11 home runs coming into this season.
A little blooper, and Clemens got it. No, he didn't. Hit the ground. Good try, and they go as a base hit for Gallego. A lot of bleeding on that baseball, but Clemens, with a good effort, had it drop to the ground.
Talk about getting inside in the kitchen. That ball right above the hands of Gallego, but Clemens making like a wide receiver trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch. Can't do it. Nobody else could get to that ball. Reed was playing deep. He could not get to it, and Vaughn did not get a good jump on it. So you see right here, Clemens the only guy. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad Vaughn did not go into a head-first slide to try to make a catch, because you would have had quite a collision there.
That's the first Oakland hit, and a strange one. You think about the 9th inning and 2 outs and a one-hitter going, and you see that as the base hit. Fastball is inside to the next hitter, Mike Bordick, the shortstop.
Bordick has been called upon a lot to hit and run, to sacrifice at the number 9 spot, and has been doing a great job at that. May see a hit and run in this situation.
No score, bottom of the 3rd. Runner takes off. It is a hit and run, and they're going to get him. He is out, waiting for him. Bordick was not able to get a bat on a very tough pitch anyway, twisting away from it, and a good throw by Marzano down to Rivera.
Put the hit and run on. 1 ball, no strikes. That's a count you want to do it, because you pretty much think you're going to get a strike, but Clemens just buries him inside with the fastball. No possible way he can make any contact, and then Gallego's just a dead duck at second base on the throw by Marzano. Hit and run, you don't get a good jump. You make sure the guy goes to the plate. So if you don't complete the hit and run, you're probably going to get thrown out.
Only thing he possibly could have done would twist into the ball, get hit by it, or square away and drop a bunt down.
That is an ugly feeling, because on a hit and run, you try to protect the whole plate, so you're thinking about outside, and then the pitcher buries you inside, and you got no chance.
And that does hit him. So Clemens ahead on the count, 1-2. Hits Bordick, the number 9 hitter.
That is only the 4th hitter this season that Clemens has hit with a pitch. And again, Clemens working inside with the fastball. It might be a design plan for Clemens tonight to try to work inside more with the fastball. He has done that to a number of these hitters on the Oakland A's. That time just too far inside, and gets Bordick, I believe, right on the elbow.
Bordick still walking around out there at first base. The inside pitches were the ones that Clemens got Canseco on in the first inning, struck him out, and stayed right in on him all the time. So there are 2 outs and 1 on, and Ricky Henderson up. Scratch single and hit batsman this inning. Of course, the base runner on the scratch single eliminated on a blown hit and run play. And a strong throw by Marzano. Here's Henderson, who grounded to Rivera in the first inning. Ball 1.
If Henderson falls down in the count, maybe 1 strike or 2 strikes, you may see Bordick at first base take off and try to steal second. If thrown out, you have Henderson leading off the next inning. If not thrown out, you have him in scoring position.
1 ball, 1 strike. The ball slips away from Marzano, but no advance. 1-0. The Tigers lead California in the second inning at Anaheim on the Whitaker homer. Just outside to Ricky, and the count is 2-1.
One thing La Russa will do, he'll not sit around against a guy like Clemens. He'll try to create some offense, try to make things happen, try to put pressure on the defense.
Bordick at first base, 2 outs. Lifted high into foul ground, first base way to Mo Vaughn. He's got it, and that's it for the inning. At the end of 3-0.
The news from Texas is heartbreaking. In the face of such unimaginable loss, the only thing left to do is to help where we can. International Medical Corps is partnering with the Texas Association of Community Health Centers to make sure that people who have lost so much can still get the care they need. Help us bring health and hope to people who are suffering. Visit internationalmedicalcorps.org to find out how.
Swing and a drive! I told you! Has been a lot of fun. It's been wild.
I mean, my goodness, right?
This has been a fun team to watch.
Never experienced anything like that in my life. It's exciting. That's what you dream of.
So good. Wow. Don't look now, but here come the Red Sox.
Oh, does that feel good?
High fly center field. Turn it.
You enjoyed this one. This is a big win for you.
Don't miss the next episode of 3:10 to Left, the podcast with an inside edge from people who cover the game and inside perspective from those who played it. 3:10 to Left on NESN Nation, presented by Ford, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
If you love the game of golf, let us take you inside the ropes each week right here on the Fairways of Life show. We'll bring you exclusive interviews with absolute legends. Plus, all of the news from the tour where you'll hear from their biggest personalities and their biggest stars. We will give you access unlike you can get anywhere else. Hey, I'm Matt Adams, host of the Fairways of Life show. Whether we're talking about news, instruction, travel, or equipment, we're going to share a passion for the game right here on NESN.
I'm Meredith Gorman from Golf Destination. Join me every week on NESN for great courses, equipment, lessons, and so much more. Golf Destination is brought to you by the official rum of leisure, Goslings.
From Worcester State College. Okay, Chrissy, you get the message? Red Sox up in the fourth and no score. Mike Moore working to Phil Plantier. Ball one. Plantier went down swinging in the first inning. Right by him for a strike. 1-1.
Looks like early we have two pitches at the top of their game.
Yeah, they're both
going so far against each other.
3 strikeouts for Moore. Clemens has a couple, and he's had good stuff. That's toward the gap, but Dave Henderson fills a little bit of the gap, and that's all you need. A line drive out, and there's one away in the Red Sox fourth.
Plus, he's had a little bit of help, has Mike Moore, with some fine defensive plays. Again, a nice defensive play by Henderson in center field. A lot of line drives off the bat of the Red Sox, but not having a lot of success dropping him in for base hits. The only ball that was hit hard for a base hit was the one by Boggs up the middle.
Jack Clark went down on strikes, looking in the first inning to end the frame with Boggs at third. And a strike, or rather Reed at third base, had gone there on a wild pitch. 0-1 to Clark. Breaking ball, strike 2.
Clark's had about enough of Jim Joyce behind the plate. He complained about the strikeout back in the first inning, and that breaking pitch looked like it might have been a bit outside. It certainly did to Clark.
0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And a 2-2 count. Braves are leading Montreal 14-7 in the 9th inning in Atlanta. Braves missed a chance to tie up the Dodgers in the West when the Phillies beat them 2 out of 3. They're leading 4-3 in the 9th over the Cubs under the lights at Wrigley. Down the third, foul.
There's a case there of getting away with a mistake. It looked like the split-fingered fastball by Moore to the right-hander hit a Clark, and he just left it up about belt high, something Clark could really crush if he had the good swing. But again, he pulled it foul and
off his foot.
He might have hurt himself too. Looks like he kind of touching his calf or something. He cramped up on him.
Count will be 2-2 when he resumes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, or 1 out in the 4th inning of a scoreless game. Ball. First base umpire calling it ball, said he did not go around. That's Jim McKeon, the crew chief. So Clark has a 3-2 count for the 2nd time in the game.
Keeps trying to work him away with both fastball and slider. Clark will not bite on that outside corner. Still having a problem with that calf.
Again outside on a breaking pitch. He lines it to left field. In there for a home run. A fast home run by Jack Clark, putting the Red Sox ahead. He's limping around the bases. He hit it off 1 foot and still crushed it into the lower deck in left.
You know, Clark could have a courtesy runner if he had to. If he could not make it around the bases with the home run, they could put in a runner to run this home run out for him, and he is really scuffling getting around. Now, Mike Moore is looking at him. This is certainly not something to show up the pitcher or the opposition. He just can't get around the bases.
No, he can't. He'd hurt himself. And they're going to go out.
He's just about going to make it. He's going to walk home.
Going to walk home, that's right. The only way he could have gotten to first base safely was to hit it into the stands, and he did. He crushed it in there for his 22nd home run to give the Red Sox a lead, and these fans are getting on him all over the place. Several of the Red Sox fans are up behind the dugout and cheering him. Boy, did he crush that. It had a hook on it. It was hit so hard, it didn't give a chance to do anything.
He tried to work him away, but now he leaves the 3-2 pitch out over the plate, the breaking ball, and Clark just gets the head of the bat out and rifles this ball into the bleachers. I mean, it took about, I don't know, maybe a second or two to get out of this place. It took Clark about an hour to get around the bases, but that's because he was hurt. Right up to the Red Sox clubhouse for Jack Clark.
Down to second base, Mike Greenwell, grounding out, and they're 2 away. So Moore gives up the home run to Clark, his 22nd of the year, and the Red Sox are leading 1-0.
16 of Clark's 22 home runs now against right-handed pitching.
There are 2 down, and the Red Sox 4th. And Mo Vaughn is the batter. He grounded to Gallego at second base, his first time up. One ball and no strikes.
Fans were getting on Clark. He was rounding the bases. They thought he was taking that long, slow walk, showing up the opposition, but certainly not the case.
He was in pain every step. Not really wanting to go around the bases if you feel like that.
I've never seen that happen, Ned, but it can be done. If you hit a ground rule double or a home run, and you are unable physically to get around the bases, they can put a runner in it to complete it.
Yeah.
That might have been, that's as close as I've come to seeing that maybe happening.
Except maybe Kirk Gibson's home run in the World Series. He just about made it. But that was enough. That won the ball game against Dennis Eckersley. A foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. There it is. Going down toward first base. It's Clark. And in obvious pain, making the slow round of the bases.
Hard to tell how he did that. It was on one swing on a foul ball.
Looped toward left field, but Rickey is there for the out on Vaughn, and the Red Sox are out with a couple of well-hit balls in the 4th inning, including the home run by Jack Clark to make it 1-0 Boston after 3.5.
All right, everyone, I'm Bob Kurtz. 1-0 for the Red Sox as the A's come to bat here bottom half the 4th inning. Scoring summary thus far in the ball game. Roger Clemens has been outstanding so far for the Sox. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts through 3.5. Red Sox have their 1-0 lead thanks to the solo home run by Jack Clark. So it's 1-0 Boston. A's come to bat in the bottom of the 4th. Back out to the Oakland Coliseum in Ned and Jerry.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Well, we understand that something else has happened of magnitude tonight. Brett Saberhagen has pitched a no-hitter for the Kansas City Royals against the Chicago White Sox. Saberhagen with a no-no as they beat him 7-0. Dave Henderson up against Roger Clemens, who has been very sharp through 3 innings. Gave up only that little squib that he had in his glove going back on the infield grass and then dropped as he fell to the ground. Tough pitch, and again working inside to the right-handed hitter.
I would imagine for Red Sox pitchers, Clemens in particular, that pitching on a cool night here in Oakland be a welcome relief to what they've been pitching in for the last couple of months. Boy, this certainly will pick you up a little bit.
On the outside corner to David that time, and the count is 1-2. Henderson grounded to shortstop in the 1st inning. Didn't quite. 2-2. Henderson, of course, went down 3 or 4 times on that April night in 1986 when Roger struck out 20 Seattle Mariners. Henderson won that ball club. Count 2-2. Saves it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Red Sox have 1 run and 3 hits. The A's no runs and 1 hit. Three and 2.
That's amazing to me, Ned. All these no-hitters that we're seeing. I mean, you're seeing, what, 5, 6, 7 a year? And
Alvarez,
it's incredible.
the White Sox, the rookie. Yeah. Racking up a lot of them last year. Henderson goes deep to left center field. Well back, and it is off the wall. David Henderson in at second with a long double to the gap in left center.
Clemens tried to tie Dave Henderson up inside with the fastball, but not quite far enough in. He brings the hands in, gets the head of the bat out. That's the reason probably the ball did not get out of the ballpark. He was not get that complete extension that he usually gets, but certainly hit it deep enough to hit the base of the wall. Brooks with a pretty nice play right there to pick it up and hold Henderson for the double.
So there is a real solid hit off Roger, and that you don't worry about that scratch anymore. You're thinking of later on and no hits. Now the tying runs at second base with Canseco up there. Jose went down swinging in the first inning. The high inside fastball. Saberhagen pitching the Major League's 5th complete game no-hitter tonight, beating the White Sox 7-0. He walked 2, he struck out 5. And it's the 4th no-hitter in Royals history. Got Frank Thomas on a grounder to end the game. Canseco taking a fastball inside. Last no-hitter was thrown just a couple of weeks ago by rookie Wilson Alvarez of the White Sox. And now they get no-no'd by Saberhagen. Up and in by the chin, and the count is 2-1.
Ever since that no-hitter by Alvarez for the White Sox, they've been on the skid.
Yeah, they've lost everything since then. This one was the first Kansas City no-hitter since Jim Colburn beat the Texas Rangers in 1977. Jim Busby threw a pair of them in 73 and 74. For the other no-hitters pitched by Kansas City Royals. Bob Kurtz will have the complete highlights of that no-hitter for you in the middle of the 5th inning. And that's all I know about Brett Saberhagen tonight.
And this isn't even his on year, right? He has the even numbered years for his on year.
Yeah. 2-1 and a bluff towards second by Clemens. Dave Henderson, the runner out there with nobody out. It's high again to Canseco, and it's 3-1.
Well, here's that matchup again, the 3-ball, 1-strike count. Clemens, Canseco. That time Canseco not chasing the high fastball like he did in the first at bat.
He went 3-2 to Jose before striking him out. There's strike 2, and Canseco may have been thinking inside, and he got it outside.
Yeah, I got something for you. I'm not going to give you the fastball this time. I'll give you a little slider on the outside corner. How's that?
Whoosh. 3-2. Struck him out. Looking. Fastball away. Nice bit of pitching by Clemens, completely bamboozling Jose Canseco, who again had gone 3-1 to him and ends up striking out.
I'll tell you what, it's a guessing game there. You go 3-1, you get a slider. So as a hitter, you're saying he's got to come back with a slider 3-2. No, he buzzes the outside corner with the fastball. And I'll tell you what, hitters better be swinging tonight because Jim Joyce has got a very liberal strike zone.
Up and down and
right
across. On the inside and outside as well as the straightaway. Three strikeouts tonight for Clemens, and he's reached the 1,600 plateau. 1,600 strikeouts in his major league career. And a foul ball down into left field, out of play, I believe. Greenwell trying for it, bounces away. And Harold Baines hits it toward the crowd, and Greenwell says, well, okay, you can have it.
He might have been trying to draw the interference call from the fan reaching over the fence, but it looked like this ball had plenty of the stands. Let's take a look. A fan reaches there, but not out over the fence to interfere with Greenwell.
It's a 1-1 count to Harold Baines, who was called out on strikes in the second. Red Sox 1, Oakland nothing. Fourth inning. Runner at second base for the A's with one out.
How far Baines is off home plate. Now, a lot of that's because of our camera angle, but he is very, very deep in the box and also well away from home plate. He dives into the pitch.
Takes a cocking of the right foot, the lead foot, and steps into it usually. Draws a strike that time and falls behind on the count 1-2. He did not go, according to Ken Kaiser. Tried to get a call there, Marzano. And the count is 2-2. Tailed away too far outside, and there was no swing by Baines. Goes late on the pitch, fouling it off. Count hangs at 2-2.
Clemens has only thrown about 2 or 3 split-fingered fastballs in this game. They have been good ones. They've been hard, and they've been down and out of the strike zone. When he gets hurt on the split finger, generally it's something that he leaves up around belt high, but tonight he's had a good one. Has not thrown it that much, but when he's had to, it's been where he would like it to be.
Baines again fouling it late. And also it has not been in the dirt. Sometimes he has gotten in trouble with that, breaking too well and causing Pena all kinds of trouble, even whether they got the strike or not.
As long as there's a man not on third base, you don't mind if it's in the dirt. You get a little concerned when you have that man on third base. Yeah. Then you hope that catcher can be doing the blocking for you.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Up and in with a fastball. And the third straight 3-2 count of the inning for Roger Clemens. He's had 3 this inning, and he's had 5 in the game.
Let's see if he goes back down and away with the split finger on a 3-2 count. He's got first base open. A couple of right-handers coming up next. Marzano moving outside.
Baines with a tough at bat, fouling off some pitches. Hangs in with a 3-2 count. Dave Henderson at second, 1 away.
Better take a trip to the mound, John, because everything you throw down, it's not what Clemens wants to throw or not in the location that he's thinking about. Get together, talk it over now. Don't even need a sign. You really shouldn't even have to have one.
Just a target. Chop toward the middle. Henderson goes to third, and Reed throws out Baines. Low throw, but dug out by Vaughn. So the A's have a runner at third base with 2 away.
Jody Reed very upset with himself after that throw to Mo Vaughn. He just did not get good extension with his arm and bounced it to Mo, and Mo was able to make the fine play. I'll tell you, this ball gets by him. They've got to run because you see the distance that it takes to get back to that Red Sox dugout. A long way back there. Guys can take a couple of bases if they want.
So now with a runner at third, here's Steinbach. Terry takes a strike. He grounded to shortstop in the second inning. Tying run 90 feet away. Fourth inning. 1-1. One and two.
Steinbach would like to pick up this RBI because that would give him 51 in the season. That would be a career high for him.
And would tie the game on a night when each pitcher looks to be very, very tough, and a 1 run is big. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Rogers thrown a bunch of pitches this inning, considering only 4 batters have faced him.
This goes to show when you get that leadoff man on, and especially with a double, how hard you have to work, and especially working to the middle part of this batting order.
Down to Jody Reed, and that'll be the inning. They leave a runner at third, and after 4 innings of play, the Red Sox lead 1-0 on the Jack Clark home run.
When I had my injury, I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. It's not just about a home, it's about creating a family and a community that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives.
What does it take to turn your dream of owning your own business into reality? It takes passion, determination, and all the help you can get. Over 2,100 businesses so far have received that help from Entrepreneurship for All. E4All offers a free 12-week training and mentorship program designed to give people the tools they need to take their business ideas to the next level. Everyone is encouraged to apply. Everyone with a dream, that is. To learn more, visit eforall.org. Programa también disponible en español.
Don't miss the next episode of 310 to Left, the podcast with an inside edge from people who cover the game and inside perspective from those who played it. 310 to Left on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Presented by Ford, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Okay, thanks to Bob Kurtz for the Major League update. And it's 1-0 Red Sox here as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Clemens working to Brooke Jacoby. Strike 1. Jacoby flied to right field in the second. And he's going to do it again. Plantier. 1 out.
If Jacoby continues to make contact against Clemens, that's probably the type of out you'll see him make. Kind of a slow bat, especially against a fastball like Clemens, and twice tonight now he's flied out to right field. Red Sox pitchers always try to work Jacoby inside with the fastball, and preferably from the belt up.
Crowd him.
Yeah.
See where his old buddy Pat Tabler delivered with the bases loaded again today, or yesterday for Toronto.
What new? By almost 500 lifetimes?
Just one at bat under, just under 500. Jamie Quirk. Strike one.
What if he uses that for negotiations in the offseason? Look, I'm tough with the bases loaded. I can prove it.
He says he's getting kind of tired of hearing about it because the media made such a thing about it, he put pressure on himself. 0-1, the count.
Uh-oh.
There's one. It's off Marzano. And it's 0-2 to Quirk.
I wonder if every time something like that happens, Steve Lyons' heart starts to pump a little bit quicker. I would imagine he would be the next guy to get the call to go behind the plate.
Yep.
Unless Pena is at a point now where he could go back and catch a couple of innings, but right off the fingers. Marzano was trying to hide the fingers behind the shin guard, but a little bit was left exposed, and I believe it got him there. One thing, if you keep your hand in a fist, at least you can avoid having those fingers pushed back. Lyons already with the catcher's gear on, warming up pitches in the bullpen.
And they're probably giving it to him out there, too. Say, you're next. 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Quirk. Red Sox, of course, after the 1st of September, or into the Pawtucket finishing season, can bring up people for a 40-man roster, and a catcher would certainly be a priority. Eric Wedge, they have mentioned. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Quirk.
Correct something I said last inning. Burks so far this year has been thrown out 10 times trying to steal to go along with 6 stolen bases. That's why I don't think that was a flat-out steal. I think that might have been a missed sign because Burks playing on the 2 bad knees. I'd be surprised they'd give him the steal.
Count is 2-2 to Quirk. Red Sox 1 run and 4 hits. The Athletics no runs and 2 hits. Strike 3, he's gone. Quirk caught looking, fastball, and for Clemens, his 4th strikeout.
Last time out against Cleveland, Clemens had 9 strikeouts in that game and did not have the kind of stuff he has tonight. Has 4 strikeouts now, 3 of them looking, but he's made better pitches tonight than he did against the Cleveland Indians.
2 down in the 5th inning, and Gallego is the batter. Little squib hit. Punched out there by Clemens, who went to chase it, tried to catch it going away from the plate, fell down and went away from him for a base hit. Strike 1. One and 1.
Well, Joe Montana's a big story out here in Northern California. Not going to start on the opening day for the 49ers. The elbow injury.
Now that may be a big one, too. Gives Steve Young a chance, though. Been sitting in the wings for all this time. 2 balls and 1 strike. And up and in there. And Gallego is 2-2.
Becomes a little bit embarrassing when you're a hitter like Gallego or the smaller type hitters when you drop down to 1 knee after a swing, almost like you're trying to hit one 9 miles. Although I did mention he does have 9 home runs on the season.
Little tapper to short. 3 up and 3 down. And at the end of 5 innings of play, it's still 1-0 Red Sox.
Enter Mass Mutual's Grand Slam giveaway and win Red Sox signed merchandise all summer long.
And the Red Sox are in business.
Plus, game tickets, even a VIP game day experience. Enter for the chance to win at massmutual.com/Red Sox.
Unobstructed Views is back with World Series champion Jonathan Papelbon, 17-time Emmy Award-winning journalist Alana Rizzo, and me, Jerry, the superfan Carabas. Unobstructed Views, presented by Blue Moon.
Haley and her siblings were placed in foster care due to abuse and neglect.
I remember when I would constantly think about if we would ever find a home.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption found a permanent family for the children together. you can help siblings still waiting. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
1 out of 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. And the chances are you know at least one person who's been personally affected. But right now, you can help. It's simple. Donate your unwanted vehicle, RV, or trailer to the United Breast Cancer Foundation. Not only will you be helping, but you'll also receive a tax deduction. If you have any questions you would like answered before initiating the donation process, please feel free to call us toll-free at 800-471-2032.
Roger Clemens holding a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And through 5, he has pitched a heck of a ball game. He has given up just 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, 1-hit batsman, and he has thrown 79 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. So he has been really on in this game. He's had to be because Moore has been just a tad on the below level, giving up the home run to Clark for the only run of the game.
Seems like Clemens has been involved in an awful lot of these games against the Oakland A's. Of course, you look at the record, not very impressive against Oakland, worst against any team in the American League, but he's had an awful lot of these very close games.
He's always been up against somebody like Moore or mainly Dave Stewart. Mike Bordick was hit by a pitch by Clemens in the 3rd inning. Ball 1. Closest they got to Clemens was 2 innings ago. Strike. When Dave Henderson led the 4th with a double, stayed there as Canseco struck out, then went to 3rd on a ground ball by Baines and died there on a ground ball by Steinbach. Roger bearing down and keeping that runner at 3rd. The 1-1. Bordick looks high, ball 2. Again, peels that outside corner for strike 2, 2-2. So the witching hour in New England. And we wish you a good morning. And have a good day. Strike. Going for that high pitch. And that's all for Bordick. And that's number 5 for Clemens.
Type of fastball Clemens has tonight. He can throw it up in this area just about at the letters, and there's not going to be much contact. You're going to see a lot of swings underneath the fastball. It looks so good. The pitch you see the best as a hitter, but you just can't catch up to it. And if you do, you probably pop it up.
Well, a lot of people were talking about they hope he throws more fastballs. It's still his big pitch. Ricky Henderson down to 3rd and Boggs. And they're 2 away.
I think what happens sometimes with Clemens, Ned, is if he does not feel he has his good fastball in the first couple of innings of the game, he'll go to the off-speed pitches. But the thing he has to remember is whether he's throwing at 92 or 89, that's still a good fastball. And it's a fastball a lot of hitters don't want to hit at. But they are so accustomed to being overpowering and throwing hard that they feel if they don't have that same fastball night in and night out, well, then I've got to do something different. I've got to go to the slider, I've got to go to the split finger. He's got such good location with it that even without his best fastball, he can work the corners.
Dave Henderson is up. Might be that throughout the course of this season, enough of the people have talked about it, whether it's true or not, that he thinks he's being squeezed on his fastball and be shearing away from it and trying something else. Although he's always had a great affair with the split finger after he learned it. The 1-0 delivery. And a high fly by Henderson into shallow right for Plantier. And Clemens has a rocking chair inning. After 6, he leads 1-0.
Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
I'm Meredith Gorman from Golf Destination. Watch every episode of Golf Destination. Certified experts can help you with your swing, your travel choices, proper rules and etiquette, and the latest equipment. Plus, we still give you a deep dive of a variety of great golf destinations from around the globe. Visit golfdestination.tv for links to our social media and our YouTube channel. Golf Destination is brought to you by the official rum of leisure, Goslings.
Turn our fans into fans of your business. Teaming up with NESN is the perfect play. With customized digital, social, and TV advertising, you'll reach the right audience and be part of the action. Alongside the millions of fans who watch NESN.
NESN's my sports feed on my phone.
Your brand, plus premium content, and a massive audience. It's the winning team, found only on NESN. Email us at advertising@nesn.com.
Have you taken your group to see the Red Sox? Baseball and the Red Sox, the perfect entertainment for a group. Bring your family, friends, co-workers for fun at Fenway Park. Purchase your tickets for the California and Baltimore series in September and the Detroit and Milwaukee series in October. Groups of 40 or more, 617-262-1915. Groups less than 40 people, 617-267-1700.
The first pitch to Greenwell as we go to the 7th inning is ball one. Mike Moore working to Mike Greenwell. Greenwell has line to right on a fine catch by Canseco in the second, and he grounded out in the fourth. Red Sox leading 1-0. Fastball for a strike. Moore has been no slouch out there either. He's given up just 4 hits, but one of them a home run by a limping and crippled Jack Clark, who'd fouled a pitch off his calf. And there's a ball shoved over toward left field. It's foul. Clark hit the home run after fouling a ball off his leg in the 4th inning. On a 3-2 pitch, he hit a home run into the lower deck and left, and that's been the only run of the game.
Greenwell, one of the few Red Sox players that has a better road batting average than he does at Fenway Park. At Fenway, Greenwell is hitting .302 on the road, .323 coming in tonight's action.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Moore has just thrown his 100th pitch, and now number 101 is belted into right field. Base hit for Greenwell, and the Red Sox have that lead man on for the 2nd straight inning. On the 2nd inning out of the last 3. So Mike is 1 for 3.
Well, what do they say? They all even up. He hit the line drive. Canseco made a great play on. That time Moore tried to tie him up high and inside, but Greenwell just able to fight it off. Didn't hit it hard, but hard enough to drop it in for the base hit.
So a pad run is on for the Red Sox with nobody out and Mo Vaughn at the plate. Vaughn is grounded to second and lined to left. To Vaughn.
Talked about the home run. The home and road averages. Vaughn just the opposite of Greenwell. 197 on the road for Mo Vaughn. 323 at Fenway Park. So there's another left-hander that likes Fenway Park.
He has rapidly showed that he's not just the pull hitter everybody thought he was a year ago. That he has power to all fields. Can use the field. Can use the wall at Fenway. Can hit line drives. 2-0.
He Here's a case, 2-0 with a guy like Vaughn. You would like to see him get the head of the bat out on the 2-0 pitch. Be aggressive. This is the pitch a home run hitter has to go for it on.
Does go for it. Fly ball to left field, and Ricky Henderson is camped there. Greenwell returns to first, and there's one out.
I was talking about, see, he did not get the head of the bat out on that 2-0 pitch. Now, that's a 2-0 fastball that he's going to be late on and hit the fly ball to the opposite field. Sometime when you try to be too quick, the front shoulder leaves too soon, the head leaves too soon, and that slows the bat up. That's what happened that time to Mo Vaughn. 2-0 count, flies out to the opposite field. Don't like to see that.
Here's Ellis Burks with a 1-for-2 night going. He singled and was out stealing in the 5th. Strike one. Nothing in one. The count to Burks. One away. Strike two. Couldn't pull the trigger, and it's 0-2. I'd like to add a New England connection here. Our first base cameraman, Pete DeLonzo, would like to say hi to his brother, Steve DeLonzo, of Cranston, Rhode Island. So that's hello across the miles from our first base cameraman, Pete DeLonzo, to his brother. There he is. 0-2 the count to Ellis Burks.
We covered the miles yesterday, didn't we, Ned? Flying cross country.
I think it's the longest flight I ever took in my life,
I'll tell you what,
including one to Japan.
We had the greatest captain on that second leg of the flight from Chicago here. He had every message, every landmark we went over.
Oh, yeah. Every lake. Burks inside, ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I don't know if you did this, but he also was on Channel 9 halfway through the flight. He said, if you want to tune in to 9, he said, I'm going to tell you about the airplane. Well, I happened to tune in, and he went on for 45 minutes about the 737-300.
There's some things that I could probably do without knowing about the 737, just as long as it runs. 1-2. And Burks doesn't go. It's a 2-2 count.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm not particularly fond of flying, but boy, by the time we were over Denver someplace, I thought I was on the greatest airplane, the space shuttle. Might have been the space shuttle. I don't know.
Well, he said we're also supposed to, we're heading west. We don't usually get tailwinds. And he said we got tailwinds yesterday.
That's right.
We got in early.
It still took us over 4 hours to get here from Chicago.
Tired. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. And it's 3-2, and Burks has worked the count.
I almost have to take a chance here now. The 3-2 count with 1 out. Even though Moore has some strikeouts in this game, you might want to see Greenwell take off at first base.
Moore has had 7 3-2 counts in this game, but has walked just 1 batter. Ironically, did have a 3-2 count to Clark before his homer. It's one that he lost. 3-2 count. Greenwell 3 steps off the bag, takes off. Burks hits it high toward left center field. Ricky Henderson there, giving way to David Henderson, who makes the catch. The center fielder making the play, and Greenwell back to first. So again, on 3-2, Moore does the job. There are 2 outs with a runner at first base, and John Marzano up. he lines a base hit down into left field, down into the corner. Greenwell to third, being waved on. The throw to the plate is not in time. The Red Sox lead it 2-0. Clutch two-out double by Marzano. So just when it looked as though Mike Moore may get out of this thing, Marzano comes up and lashes a double inside the line down into the corner.
Well, Marzano coming up with some big base hits, and this certainly a big one to give the Red Sox an extra run with 2 outs. Greenwell's off with the contact at first base. That's a slider by Mike Moore that he drops right inside the line. By the time Ricky Henderson chased it down, it's all clean down there. He does not bobble it. Greenwell makes a nice cut around third base and is waved home by Berardino. 2-0 lead now for Boston. Big 2-out hitting.
Marzano at second with his double. And Rivera is the batter. 2 runs and 6 hits now for the Red Sox. They lead 2-0. Rivera has struck out twice. Strike one. He went down looking in the third inning and swinging in the 5th.
Almost like a letdown for Mike Moore. You know, you get Vaughn to fly out, you get Burks to fly out. Now you got the 2 outs. We're dealing with the 8 and 9 guys coming up.
Yep.
Bing. Number 8 gets the double and an extra run.
Strike 2 to Luis Rivera. 0-2.
He has not made many mistakes tonight with that slider. I guess you would consider the one to Marzano a mistake because it had a lot of the plate. But most of the time, he has been working that outside corner with it. Plus, made the big mistake to Jack Clark. That was also a slider that he hit the home run on. 3-2 count.
Tries to tease Louis into going for that outside pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Marzano doing exactly what he was talking about before the game, trying to do something to help this ball club while he's in there. 2 hits yesterday in Anaheim. Big double tonight. Gives his pitcher 2 runs to work with, and the way Rogers been throwing tonight, why, looks pretty big. 2-2.
Well, anything that Marzano does offensively is a plus. What you need him to do is catch and do a good job. He's already thrown a runner out tonight at second base on a boxed up hit and run.
Down to third. Thrown over there by Jacoby, who arrests the ball as it starts toward left. And the Red Sox pick up a run on 2 hits. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Boston leading 2-0. Stretch half of the 7th in Oakland. Roger Clemens with a 2-0 lead has given up just 2 hits. And will face the belt of the order here in the 7th inning. Canseco, Baines, and Steinbach. Clemens has fanned 5. He has not walked a batter. He has struck out Canseco twice. And the fans get on Canseco now.
Yeah, they get on him all game except when he made that fine catch on Greenwell in right field.
Well, he's a target for it, I guess. He's a very colorful ball player and says what he thinks and performs so well, and he has so many great attributes as a player. There's a good pitch by Clemens. And 1-2 is the count to Canseco. That time a breaking ball after he's been smoking him inside most of the night.
You know, it's been so long since we've been here at the Coliseum and we've heard this kind of reaction for Oakland players.
Yeah.
And they've been on the top of the world for the last few years.
By this time, it's just about all over. 2-2 now to Canseco. The times that he struck out in this one have been on 3-2 counts. He's now 2-2. Struck him out again. High and inside fastball. Coming back after the slider away. And he got him 3 times.
Well, I predicted the hat trick early in the game back in the first inning if he continued to chase the high fastball. He did it again on the third at bat to pick up the third strikeout of the night for Canseco. 117 times now this season he's gone down on strikes. But keep in mind, 35 home runs and the 92 RBI.
Yep. Here is Baines, who is 0 for 2. Roger has 6 strikeouts now in this game. Count 2-0 to Harold. Called out on strikes in the second inning and grounded to second base in the fourth. Taking all the way for a strike. Only shot off Clemens that meant anything, looked like anything tonight, was the double by Dave Henderson to the gap in left center field in the fourth inning. There is ball 4. So there is the first walk given up by Clemens. Tying run will come to the plate now for Oakland.
Those last couple of pitches by Clemens almost looked like it was from a tired Clemens, but he's shown no indication of that up to this point in the game. He really opened up a little bit too soon as that ball kind of tailed up and away from Baines, and after the man was walked, took the hat off, kind of wiped his brow. No action in the Red Sox bullpen.
Here's Steinbach looking at ball 1. Don't know about how many hits Palmeiro and Franco had in that Texas 10-2 win over the Yankees, but each of them had a home run. So they at least had 1 hit. Kevin Reimer, Gino Petralli, Franco, and Palmeiro all homered. And most of that was 3 of them were off Eric Plunk. Eric Plunk. Kevin Toppany, the winner from Minnesota over the Indians. Dave Otto taking the loss. We are told that Palmeiro and Franco each had 2 hits in the game. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1. Boggs in this game has had 1 hit in 3 times up. Field. Tying runs at first. So Steinbach singles in the hole at short, and he's at first base pushing Baines to second.
Now the phone call will go down to the Red Sox bullpen, and that at bat to Steinbach. After he had a good swing at a Clemens fastball, he next went to the split finger that was down and not in the strike zone, and then a breaking pitch that time to Steinbach to get the base hit.
2 on in the same inning for the first time for the Oakland A's tonight, except since the 3rd inning when they got a squib hit and a hit batsman. But there is Jacoby fouling one off, and it's going to be out of play. Jacoby's been late on Clemens all night. He's flied twice to Plantier in right field. So the A's put together their first mini threat anyway in this game.
Greg Harris is now the pitcher that Morgan has elected to get loose in this inning. Now Morgan out to the mound. I don't know if there's something wrong. We have both Rivera and Reed in there to speak with Clemens.
Morgan moving out with Marzano, chatting with him first. Struck out Canseco to start the inning. He walked Baines on a 3-1 count and then gave up the Steinbach single just now. So 2 are on. The Red Sox are leading 2-0. We're in the 7th inning.
I think this might be a conversation about the possibility of Baines at second base maybe giving location or giving away a sign. I don't know. I know Clemens told Rivera something. Rivera went back out. Now he's speaking with Baines and now going back to his position.
They could be switching a sign with a runner at second base. Or maybe even decoying a switch. That's done. Jacoby up with a strike on him, and he hits a high fly ball into shallow center field. Reed going back, and Reed making the grab. Jody had to track it all the way over there. No sign of any infield fly rule being called there. That ball was in doubt. And Reed had started out toward the shortstop side and then veered back over toward right field.
Ellis Burks must have got a very late jump on this ball because he was nowhere near the play. You see right there now it starts to carry out back, and this is a great catch by Jody Reed going away and going toward right field. Plantier was actually closer to making a play than Ellis Burks.
Not an easy catch for Jody, peeling off and then taking it over his shoulder for the big second out. And now it's Jamie Quirk up. He has grounded to short and been called out on strikes. Whistles a fastball by him for strike 1. Strike 2. Right by him. Nothing in 2. You have to hit a gapper here or something soft as a pop-up to score Baines, who'll be running on those bad wheels from second base.
Yeah, why change pitches? He's thrown 2 fastballs right by him, up and in. You might as well throw another one up there. Same location, above the hands, about letter high.
Nothing in 2 to Quirk with 2 outs. Outside corner, and that is it for the 7th inning threat. Jamie Quirk takes a 3rd strike for the 2nd time in the game, and Rogers strikes out 2 in this inning, giving him 7. At the end of 7, it's 2-0 Boston.
Pop quiz time. First question. When should we wear our life jackets when we're on a boat?
All the time.
You got it. Next question. Before you swim off the boat, what's the first thing you should do?
Make sure the engine is stopped.
Bingo. Last one. Why don't we litter?
Because bad for the fish. Because littering is bad.
You're both right. You guys are awesome.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212.
So we go to the top of the 8th inning. Roger Clemens besting Mike Moore so far, 2-0. Moore on his own has pitched a fine ball game tonight, but Clemens, being on his night so far, has him 2-0. Mike Moore has given up the 2 runs on 6 hits. He has walked just 1. He has struck out 6. And he has thrown 116 pitches. He's had a wild pitch. Most of those pitches over 70 for strikes. So here is Boggs. Wade is 1 for 3, a single in the 3rd inning. He's lined to center and grounded to short the other 2 times. Two quick strikes on Boggs. Doesn't think so on that one.
If you like good pitching, you're certainly getting it tonight, and you're getting it from both guys.
Yes, you are. Making quality pitches, as they say in the dugouts. And sometimes up here.
Say more up here than in the dugout, I can tell you that.
The players don't know what quality pitches. Why worry about a word like that? You know, he had made 7 quality. How about a quality at bat? Boggs to second. Thrown out by Gallego, and Wade is 1 for 4. Baseball has gotten to the point where they just have been technicalizing the game, creating a whole new language for it. They don't call it curveball anymore. It's the old number 2. It's quality innings pitched by a pitcher. 6 innings, 3 or less. Who invented that?
Yeah, that's the one I'd like to find out about. If I can pitch 6 innings every night and only give up 3 runs, I've had a quality start.
You've had a quality start and you lose 3-2. So, 1 ball and no strikes.
That is rather new, isn't it, Ned? Over the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's been very big.
I know a lot of guys, if they gave up 3 runs in 6 innings, they said they had a terrible night.
Bob Gibson would have walked off the field. Drysdale. 2-0 the count to Jody Reed. There's a strike from Moore, and the count is 2-1. 1 out in the Red Sox 8th inning. They lead 2-0. Reed to be followed by Plantier. Jody is singled in 3 trips. On the outside corner, 2-2.
In with the fastball, away with the breaking pitch. He might follow that one up with a fastball outside. Yep. But they do, see, in the hitter's mind, you see that breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate. So on the next pitch, you think, again, he's going to throw it. It's on the outside, but you say, well, it's going to break away because he's throwing the slider. But no, he comes with the fastball and then picks up the corner. I never knew any of this when I was hitting, Ned, but it's amazing.
When did you learn it?
Since I've been in the booth.
Looks easy up here, doesn't it?
Geez, probably kept me out of the Hall of Fame.
Reed to third. Ball caught that place. Actually, the ball caught Jacoby. And Brook has it for the out. The count, they're 2 away.
Kind of a frustrating at bat there. You've got 1 hit in the game. You're 1 for 3. There's the frustration. If you get that last at bat, you get a chance to get a couple of hits. You hit one right on the button, but right at the third baseman. Bing, you're out. Probably the best ball you've hit all night, but you don't have a hit on it.
Yeah, but his hit was a little blooper, remember?
That's right. They all even out.
Yeah, even out. Good hitters will tell you that, Jerry. Here's Plantier with a home run swing and strike 1. He has struck out, line to center, and walked. Strike 2. You have that feeling, I suppose, in the Oakland dugout. If you're Tony La Russa, you're starting to say, hey, I've gotten a great job by Moore tonight, which is ordinarily good enough to win a ball game or be ahead in it. And all of a sudden, I'm down 2-0 to a Roger Clemens who's hot. 1-2.
And this is coming off a very frustrating weekend against the Milwaukee Brewers. You look up at the scoreboard and you see the Minnesota Twins already winning their game 5-3. You're already 7 games back. And you kind of feel it slipping away a little bit.
Yeah, this homestand now where they had to make some hay. Fly ball, opposite field, deep. Rickey back near the wall, and it is out of here. Home run to the opposite field by Phil Plantier to make it 3-0. Disappearing into the gloaming out there. And the third homer in the majors for Plantier. He, just like Vaughn, has power all over.
Yeah, and that'll give you an idea right there of the type of power that Plantier does have. I mean, he crushed this ball to the opposite field on an off-speed pitch. This is not a fastball. He's not getting much help from Mike Moore. He got something off-speed working away from him and still able to hit a moon rocket out of this place to the opposite field. Third home run for Plantier, all since he's been recalled for the second time.
Ooh. Some very impressive showings by the kids lately. And particularly Plantier coming up, and I mean, he's swinging right away. The A's have Rick Honeycutt, the left-hander, in their bullpen throwing now. It's a 3-0 Red Sox lead. Quintana up for the second time. 1-1. He came on to be the designated hitter in the 6th inning and grounded out. Jack Clark started as the designated hitter, struck out in the first, homered in the 4th after driving a foul ball off the calf of his leg and being severely hurt. Had to limp around the bases and walk home, and is taken out, and he's got what is called a slight tear, they think, in the calf muscle. The extent of his injury will be further determined by tomorrow. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Quintana.
That home run by Plantier was the number 100 for the Red Sox on the season.
Another year where they did it again.
45 of 46 seasons now they've hit 100 or more.
Took a strike to keep him under 100 that year. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A major league strike, as you remember, Gerald.
Yes, it was, Ned. It was a long time between paychecks.
That's right. Almost 2 months. 3 balls and 2 strikes, another full count for Moore, and that's the third off the number 4 spot in the order. Strike 3, he's got Quintana. And Moore picks up a strikeout, his 7th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Boston 3, Oakland nothing. Tom Brunansky has replaced Phil Plantier in right field for defensive measure by Joe Morgan. He's been doing that lately, and it comes in right after Plantier has planted a home run over the left field fence. And here's the way it looked as it went over the fence with Rickey Henderson chasing, and a kid goes after it. They're ready at the bottom of those steps in that runway there. Here come the A's in the 8th inning. Ernie Riles is up at the plate, or batting in the on-deck circle, and will bat from the number 9. Here comes the ball up here. Not quite. Riles will bat for Bordick as Gallego leads off in the 8th inning. There's Ernest Riles. Roger Clemens on top of a 3-0 ball game. He has allowed 3 hits and has struck out 7. He has walked 1. He is also, as they say, focused tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Clemens so far this season 7-7 after a Red Sox loss. That's not like Clemens. And he's had that incredible record throughout his career. Last year was 11-3 after Red Sox losses, but he looked like he was out on a mission tonight.
Yeah. Going to stop all his career after losses. There's a high pop foul. Chased by Marzano. Near the dugout, and into the dugout. Can't get it. A 1-2 count to Gallego.
It's so far to go, so much foul territory. You keep peeking up to see where you are, and you look, you got another 3 miles you can go before you make a play. Now you've got to deal with the steps. A little bit of help after he came down into the dugout.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Gallego has one of the 3 hits off Clemens. An infield pop past Clemens. First time up. 1-2. That's it. Number 8.
I'll tell you, both of these guys tonight, Mike Moore and Roger Clemens, have had great breaking pitches. The slider, keeping it away from right-handed hitters. And incredibly, though, for Mike Moore, a couple of times he's got burnt. Has been with the slider and the off-speed pitch. And Clemens has not made too many mistakes tonight. They have not had much to jump on and do some damage on.
This is Ernest Riles, the bat reporting.
He's been ahead of most hitters. Here's Ernest Riles batting for Burdick. And looking at a strike, Riles has a .211 batting average. 52 hits this year, 4 of them home runs.
And he is 1 for 15 as a pinch hitter this season.
Clemens, machine-like, gets strike 2. 0-2. Fastball on the outside corner, just outside and high, ball 1. Tigers now lead California 3-1, 7th inning at Anaheim. Milwaukee and Seattle tied up 4-4 in the 8th at the Kingdome. Riles late and fouling it back. Still 1-2.
The one danger zone for Ed Riles is the ball down and in. He likes to pitch down and in, preferably something off speed. And Clemens, the type of fastball he's operating with tonight, just keep the ball up or away from him.
Still has plenty on the fastball. Misses outside by a little bit. Ball 2. 2-2. Ricky Henderson on deck. Well toward left center field, but Burke's back near the wall, and at the wall makes the grab for the out. Tracked it perfectly. Riles bid for extra bases, a long one, but he's out.
Yeah, like I said, Ned, he likes the ball down and in. Check out the location of this fastball. It's up and away, and Riles drives it a long way to left center field. That ball is almost out of the strike zone. Still generates a lot of power. Clemens providing some of that power with the fastball, and Burks makes the catch right up against the fence.
So there are 2 down, and the top of the order, Ricky Henderson, is up. Ball 1. Henderson is 0 for 3, has not had the ball out of the infield.
I'd like to get my scouting report in the clubhouse before a game. They'll be fired in a day.
It's an imperfect science anyway, Jerry. 1 ball and 1 strike. But certainly a necessary one, scouting. Clubs rely an awful lot on their scouting units that fan out, the cross-checkers. Off the fifth to shortstop, and Rivera with the throw and a 1-2-3 inning for Clemens. We go to the 9th. Boston leading 3-0.
After the final play,
Red Sox win this one.
NESN has the final say.
They needed a day like this.
Yeah, they were relentless at the plate.
They're all having fun, no doubt about that.
Red Sox final after every game, only on NESN. Presented by Volvo Cars.
Reggie again. He crushed this baby way out of Fenway.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Here he is, the #1 prospect in baseball. Roman Anthony.
This kid is the guy. He's different.
Along with his pals, Marcelo Meyer, Christian Campbell, and a whole lot of promise.
All three of these guys.
We've been waiting for this.
It'll be fun.
Live from Fenway Park. Watch the Red Sox up close and out of here. Catch pregame batting practice from America's most beloved ballpark. Streaming live on NESN 360.
Changes in the top of the 9th inning. Ernest Riles, who just pinch hit that long fly ball, stays in the game to play shortstop for Bordick. Riles at short. And left-hander Rick Honeycutt is the new Oakland pitcher.
Been about 4 days since Honeycutt's worked in the game. Worked against the Angels 2/3 of an inning. Overall for Honeycutt, this will be his 28th appearance of the season. A record of 2-3, 3.86 ERA, all 27 appearances out of the bullpen. 25 2/3 innings, 23 hits. He struck out 15. He's walked 11, and he'll be making his 3rd appearance of the season against the Red Sox.
Fine job, apparently wasted, at least certainly for the won and loss idea of things, by Mike Moore. Went 8 innings tonight, gave up 3 runs, all earned, walked 1, struck out 7, and gave up 7 hits. Allowed 2 home runs, 1 to Clark and 1 to Plantier.
7 strikeouts, a wild pitch, and 2 home.
Greenwell is up.
135 total pitches. 8 innings, 7 hits.
135 pitches thrown by Moore tonight.
A wild pitch, 2 homers, and 135 pitches.
Here he is. Okay. Greenwell. Boy, that's a loud voice. Got that box up a long way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike Greenwell with 1 for 3 tonight, a single in the 7th, and scored a run on a 2-out double by Marzano. And Greenwell charging that foul down. 1-2.
Honeycutt is nasty on left-handed hitters. He has that good sinking hard fastball, and that's what Greenwell fouled right off his foot, it looked like that time.
Dennis Eckersley, who hasn't been working much lately because the game's been out of sight over the weekend, is getting some work in the bullpen for Oakland. They have been able to get to the Eck.
Yeah, last time 5 days ago for Eckersley, that was also against California. Picked up a save in that game. How about Jeff Ridden?
Yep.
How long it's been for him? Last time he pitched was on August 17th.
Greenwell with a strike. He is gone. And Honeycutt comes in to strike out the first man he faces. 8 strikeouts for Oakland pitching tonight.
You saw left-handers to an average down about 200, and that's one of the reasons. He'll get ahead of you with the fastball, and then once he has that left-hander down in the count, he'll just throw the slider off the plate most of the time for ball, but you will chase it. Very tough to pick up his breaking pitch.
Working to Mo Vaughn. Ball 1. Vaughn is grounded to second, lined to left, and flied to left. Looking to the 9th inning for Oakland, they will have Dave Henderson, Jose Canseco, and Harold Baines scheduled up. Red Sox leading 3-0. The Tigers are leading in their game 3-1. 7th inning at Anaheim. Toronto defeated Baltimore 5-2.
Clemens will be coming out for the ninth inning. Nobody warming up for the Red Sox. He'll be shooting for his his 8th complete game of the season. That would tie him with Jack Morris. Jack McDowell has 12 complete games for the Chicago White Sox.
Right, 2. Full count to Vaughn. The battery for tonight. Clemens pitching, Marzano catching. Between them, they've done a pretty good job tonight with Marzano's RBI. And there's a strikeout of Vaughn. Honeycutt gets another left-handed batter, and there are 2 away.
Looks like Tony La Russa may be coming out and maybe get one batter for Dennis Eckersley, as you mentioned, and he has not been used very much. And Eckersley started to warm up at the beginning of the inning.
Like to have just a little bit of work. I mean, if he works to one batter tonight, he certainly could be used for an inning tomorrow if necessarily. So Honeycutt does his job on the left-handers. 2 strikeouts as he gets Greenwell and Vaughn, and that will bring the Eck into the game. His team trailing 3-0. Quite unusual, but having pitched for 5 days, you want to get him into a ball game and let him throw some in anger at a batter, and the batter will be Ellis Burks. So Eckersley takes his warm-ups. An entirely different kind of situation this year for Eckersley and so many of the Oakland A's, as they have had that setup plan possibly pioneered by La Russa in later years of putting people in there to get to Eckersley for 1 inning and no more. He's given up a few homers this year, which is unusual.
8 home runs Eckersley's given up this season, a record of 1-2, 2.64 ERA. This will be his 51st appearance. Well, it's not a safe situation, obviously, but he has 36, and that leads the American League. That's 3 ahead of Aguilera of Minnesota, unless he picked one up tonight. Eckersley, the terrible control again this year, though. 5 walks all season long for Eckersley. 64 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .215 off the Eck. So 2 guys that had not worked in about 5 days, both Honeycutt and Eckersley, getting a chance here in the 9th inning to get some work. And I can imagine the hitters, both Greenwell and Vaughn, not happy about having to face Honeycutt. And I don't imagine Burks too pleased to have to face Eckersley.
Not necessarily.
They probably didn't expect to in this kind of a game.
Burks has had 1 hit in the game, a single in the 5th inning. Red Sox lead by a 3-0 count. They have 7 hits to 3 for the Athletics off Clemens. Burke's single came in the 5th inning, and he was out stealing. Foul ball.
2 saves in 2 games against the Red Sox this season for Eckersley. He's worked a total of 2 2/3 innings, allowing just 1 hit to Red Sox hitters. .36 saves in 42 chances.
1 ball and 1 strike. And a very high pop-up. Third base, Jacoby tracking. And Eckersley gets his hitter, throwing 3 pitches. So he gets a little work, and we go to the 9th inning, bottom half, 3-0 Boston. Okay, we go into the bottom half of the 9th inning, and Roger Clemens working on a shutout. If he gets this shutout, it would be his 26th Major League career shutout and would tie him for 3rd place on the Red Sox all-time list with Luis Tiant at 26. Oh, he's currently tied with Tiant, and he would move into undisputed possession of 3rd place if he can shut out the A's tonight. 2nd place, Smokey Joe Wood with 28, and 1st place, Cy Young, 38 shutouts.
Is that why they named that award after him?
I would assume so. Mine, why not? 511 Major League victories, too. In the bullpen, just in case, Tony Fawcett and Jeff Reardon. Talking about relievers, and what a great year Lee Smith is having over there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, certainly is.
35 or 36, something like that, saves.
What a year for the Cardinals, and he's one of the big reasons they're having that type of year. Nobody expected them to do anything at all.
They won a game tonight. They beat the Giants 7-6. So they keep pressing along. In the East, Pirates did lose. And Atlanta making it real fun in the National League West as they chase the Dodgers. Dave Henderson up, has one of the 3 hits. He bluffs the bunt, taking ball 1. He had a double off Clemens in the 4th inning, got as far as third base, and they stranded him there. This is reminiscent of the early season Roger Clemens when he went 6-0 in a hurry. I mean, in a heartbeat, he was 6-0 and just absolutely dominating teams in April and May. 2-0 to Henderson. Two and one. Tigers have added to their lead in Anaheim. They now lead California 5-1 in the 7th inning. High pop up. Jody Reed. Brunansky there, and Reed cruising with it makes the basket catch for the first out.
I think Jody Reed's telling his outfielders, how about a little bit of help tonight? I've struggled going back a couple of times for pop-ups, and that type of pop-up, the one that's very high, almost like one that a outfielder could get to. Reed called for it very early. The wind continued to carry it back, and very happy that he made the catch.
One down, and the scattered boos you hear are for Jose Canseco, who has struck out 3 times against Clemens tonight. Strike 1. The crowd tonight is 28,869. Strike 2 up and in. Boy, that spot had been a blind one all night long for Canseco.
Go ahead upstairs again. Try it again. 2 of the 3 strikeouts have come with that high fastball, and it seems like the higher he goes, the harder he swings.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And he does get him again. A 4 spot for Canseco tonight. 4 strikeouts, 3 swinging, and 1 called. For Clemens on the night, number 9.
That's a tremendous sense of pleasure for Roger Clemens to strike Canseco out 4 times, and embarrassment for a guy like Canseco to go down 4 times in a game. And that
Especially
time,
at home.
no chance. The higher he went with the fastball, the harder he swung, and the more he missed by.
Harold Baines up as Oakland is down to its last out, and Clemens is smoking. Baines has struck out, grounded out, and walked. 1 strike to him. 1-1.
If he could strike out Baines to end this game, it'd be his first 10 strikeout game since May 23rd in Detroit. Career-wise, has 45 10 strikeout games.
1 strike away from 46. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strikeout. He's got him. 10 strikeouts for Clemens, and an overpowering performance tonight. He strikes out Harold Baines, gets his 46 10 strikeout game or more. And stops a losing streak that had reached 3. In the 9th inning for the Athletics, no runs, no hits, and nobody left.
The mobile extra mile play of the game will be the home run by Jack Clark in the 4th inning to give Roger Clemens the only run that he needed in this game. And Clark had to limp all the way around the bases, even walked to home plate because of a pulled calf muscle that was on a 3-2 pitch off Mike Moore. Mobile goes the extra mile for you.
There's the play, and a couple of good plays, a lot of good hitting tonight in timely spots, and just a fantastic job of pitching by Roger Clemens, who picks up his 13th win of the year. The final score, the Red Sox 3, the Oakland Athletics 0.